Here's the deal. Recently, I had the opportunity to try a lot of food from the newly opened Chick-fil-A restaurant. If you're saying big deal, hundreds of thousands of us do that 6 days a week, then you're unfamiliar with my circumstances.
And Chick-fil-A is relatively new to Canada, or should I say renew, as this is their third attempt to open a restaurant in my part of the country. 3 times a charm.
Before I went to this newly hatched Chick-fil-A, I did a bit of research so I would know what to order to give me a good sampling of everything they have to offer. Unsurprisingly, I discovered this was yet again another instance of an American restaurant moving into Canada with a stripped-down menu, including strips, chicken strips that is, and of all things, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, really? In Canada, the country that consumes more craft dinner per capita than anywhere on the planet. We love mac and cheese so much that there's talk of changing the spelling of our name to honor it. So what's the deal with that and other US restaurants skimping on the menu items? Turns out it has a lot to do with a lot of things. Cultural differences, supply issues, regulations, and so on. That got me wondering, what are some favorite US restaurant items don't make it across the border into Canada? So, in today's video, we'll dive into the online menus of 3 places found in both countries. We'll take a look at Chick-fil-A, Subway, and Pizza Hut to see if Canadians are really missing out, or is it the other way around? Stick around till the end for some surprising results. But before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons so I'll know if you want to see more content like this. All my research for this is based on the menus found online, but locations near you may differ.
So what's the deal with Chick-fil-A's Canadian menu?
Well, first up, there's the macaroni and cheese thing. From what I read online, their mac and cheese is some of the best out there, so this one's a real disappointment. Just wondering, Chick-fil-A, did you leave it off the menu the last 2 times you opened shop here? Just saying. Another difference is with the chicken strips. The US menu offers the regular no extra spicy version, while the Canadian menu offer only the spicy ones, and from what I hear, they are ridiculously hot. But a side note, the US menu doesn't offer the spicy version of strips, so the only way you can burn your tongue off is with the spicy sandwich, or on their feature sandwiches, which are not offered in Canada, like the honey pepper pimento. Here's how they describe them. Ready for an extra kick? This twist on the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich features a spicy Chick-fil-A filet topped with pimento cheese, drizzled with honey, and served on a warm, toasted bun with mild pickled jalapenos. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants only in the US while supplies last. Or the now dearly departed maple pepper bacon sandwich. A lemon herb marinated boneless breast of chicken grilled for a tender and juicy backyard smoky taste, served on a toasted maple flavored brioche bun with pepper jack cheese, green leaf lettuce, bacon tossed in brown sugar and black pepper blend, and sweet and spicy pickles. Once available at select locations, excluding Canada, for a limited time while supplies last. Maple and bacon. Hello, have you met Canada? Yeah, we would have hated that. Another absent entree is the wraps, like the Cool Wrap. A sliced grilled chicken breast nestled in a fresh mix of green leaf lettuce with a blend of Monterey Jack and cheddar cheeses, tightly rolled in a flaxseed flour flat bread, made fresh daily. Pairs well with avocado lime ranch dressing. Okay, sounds healthy, but all the wraps have more calories than a deep fried chicken sandwich, so we won't miss that one. Besides those items, let's not get started on the entire breakfast menu. None of it is available in Canada, including hot coffee. That's right, hot coffee is not on the menu in Canada. If you want a cup, you're going to have to find the nearest Timmy's. If you want to eat well, salad is the way to go, most of the time. Both countries offer the spicy Southwest and Cobb salad, but you may want to toss that one, as it's actually, depending how you order it, weighs in at a hefty 890 calories, almost half your daily allowance. Other items you won't find in the Canadian locations. The market salad, kale salad. Oh, too bad, said no one in Canada. Chicken noodle soup, although it is on the menu, when I tried to order it, they looked at me like I was a lunatic, maybe because that was in the middle of a heat wave. Other MIA items include the berry parfait, the fruit cup, brownies, and various dressing. Canada also doesn't have Dr. Pepper, but instead has cherry Coke. Also, Dasani water isn't on the menu, so not all is lost. Instead, Canada has Smart Water, a couple Fruitopia flavors, ginger ale, and Sprite, which the US doesn't offer. And oddly, and maybe it's just a technical glitch, but according to the online menu, Canada doesn't have chocolate milk. Oh, Chick-fil-A, haven't you made us suffer enough? Okay, so what's the deal with Subway's dueling menus? Off the bat, you can assume the differences are going to be slight. Really, if your main ingredients are bread, meat, cheese, and veggies, how different can each country be? That's true on most counts, but there are omissions, and surprisingly, this time it's in the US. But before we get into those, let's see what Canada is missing out on. First, Canada, at least on the online menus, doesn't have breakfast wraps. They have the bun and flatbread versions, just not the tortilla or whatever bread it is, as it's only referred to as wrap. But as you'll see soon, there is grilled wraps that look suspiciously like a tortilla, but they don't appear to offer them for breakfast. And speaking of bread, the US has the option for honey oat, although it appears sold out at every location, so it may have been discontinued. I wonder if that was the one the Irish Supreme courted as cake. Oh, wait, it was all of their bread. In addition, let's look at the add-ons. In the US, you can get sliced avocado. Canada gets smashed. The US has some brand name mozzarella that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, while Canada's is pretty generic. And just to be cheesy, Canada doesn't have American cheese. It only has something horrid called processed cheddar. As well, there is no pepper jack or provolone, just habanero jack. Something else not available in Canada is the Subway series. Or is it? Basically, Canadians could create a hack of some of these using the ingredients available at their local Subway locations, like the crowd-pleasing Pickleball Club sandwich with thin-sliced Black Forest ham, crisp bacon, and American cheese on artisan Italian bread. With lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, red onions, and honey mustard sauce, every bite tastes like sweet victory. And here's an oddity. In the US, you can get a seasoning called Sub Crunch. From what I can gather, it's seasoned cornflakes, whereas in Canada, they offer crispy onion, which is actually deemed a veggie. And this is bologna if I ever saw it. The US cold cut sub, they have turkey, whereas Canada has luncheon meat, just say it. Spam. Canada has spam. And when the chips are down, the US has, well, nothing much better or worse than Canada. They even have Canada's favorite chip, Miss Vicky's. And what about other sides? Well, the US sells a Cinnabon footlong churro and an Auntie Anne's footlong pretzel, whereas Canada only sells a generic pretzel. Both sides sell dippers, but for one of them, the US uses chicken and Canada uses ham. And when it comes to cookies, the US crumbles Canada with flavors like double chocolate and raspberry cheesecake, while Canada offers M&M and confetti without an oatmeal raisin in sight. So it appears Subway in the US is more focused on value, and Canada is more focused on innovation. With that, here's what you can get in Canada. But sorry, US, you'll have to run to a border to get a taste of the world with these globally inspired creations, as described by Subway. Up first, introducing our Tandoori Twist Sub. Sink your teeth into a tantalizing blend of flavors with our tandoori spiced pork cutlet layered with shredded Monterey cheddar cheese, spinach, juicy tomatoes, tangy banana peppers, and crispy onions. Drizzled with our signature tandoori spiced sauce, each bite is a burst of spices and savory goodness. Next on our journey, introducing our irresistible Cuban Crunch Sub. Dive into layers of flavor with succulent porchetta, deli-style ham, and habanero jack cheese, perfectly balanced with crisp lettuce, tangy pickles, and crunchy onions. Topped with Cuban-style sauce and smoky honey mustard, each bite brings Havana to your taste buds. Moving along, we bring it back stateside with the fiery Nashville-style hot chicken sub. Delve into layers of flavor with rotisserie-style chicken, habanero jack cheese, fresh lettuce, juicy tomatoes, zesty pickles, and crispy onions, topped with peppercorn ranch and Nashville-style hot sauce. Off to Argentina to indulge in our chimichurri steak and cheese sub, tender steak melted processed cheddar, spinach, tomatoes, green peppers, red onions, and zesty chimichurri sauce. Savor every globally inspired bite. Up next, that's a wrap or bowl with the new shawarma chicken rice wrap, a symphony of globally inspired flavors tucked into a tortilla wrap. Embrace a delicious wild rice blend, savory shawarma spiced rotisserie style chicken, and an octet of shredded Monterey cheese, crisp lettuce, spinach, juicy tomatoes, fresh cucumbers, zesty green peppers, tangy red onions, and crunchy pickles. Finished off with crispy onions, Nashville style hot sauce, and tahini for an explosion of flavor. And we end our world tour by elevating your taste buds to new heights with our jerk spice chicken rice wrap or bowl, featuring seasoned brown, red, and wild rice, crisp veggies, jerk spiced rotisserie style chicken, and tantalizing jerk aioli, all united in a flavor packed adventure. So, this appears to be a case of Canadians not having to cross the border to get a world of flavors right at home from Subway. There's a lot of good things under Pizza Hut's roof, but does that apply to Canada too?
Pizza Hut, there's a lot of good things under our roof.
Let's find out if Pizza Hut delivers. First up, pasta, because what says pizza more than pasta? In the US, there are 4 different types: chicken Alfredo, Italian meats with pepperoni and Italian sausage, cheesy Alfredo, just like the chicken version but without the chicken, and a veggie pasta. In Canada, there are 4 different types as well: the chicken Alfredo, a meaty marinara with bolognese meat sauce, a Mediterranean con pollo with grilled chicken breast, veggies, and feta cheese, and a Mediterranean vegetable version exactly like that other one, minus the chicken breast. So, for the most part, both countries' pasta offerings are comparable. Okay, let's look at dipping sauces. Who doesn't like a good dip now and then? The US offers ranch, marinara, garlic, blue cheese, honey BBQ, buffalo medium, and the new burger sauce. They also count icing dip and Cinnabon signature cream cheese frosting as dips. So, okay, that gives them a total of 9 dips. In Canada, the selection is much smaller with 5 that include ghost pepper ranch, cheddar jalapeno, creamy garlic, marinara, and peppercorn ranch. Right now, the Hut is hawking something called melts in both countries. The US and Canada both have types that include pepperoni lovers, meat lovers, and cheeseburger, which comes with the burger sauce in Canada. But the US also has a chicken bacon parmesan melt, whereas in Canada it's a chicken bacon Alfredo melt. The US also has a 5th version called the buffalo chicken melt. Canada doesn't offer that flavor, but they do have a 5th called mushroom onion Alfredo and a 6th called tropical heat. So actually a bit more choice in Canada. Okay, let's build a pizza. After all, that's what we really came for. In Canada, you can choose between 4 different crusts: original pan, hand-tossed, thin and crispy, or stuffed. In the US, you can get all 4 of those plus a new one called Tavern, which is a crispy square cut and topped with cheesy garlic hut dust seasoning. Now for some sauce, in Canada, you have 5 choices: tomato, Alfredo, BBQ, sweet tomato, or none. In the US, you have 7 choices: classic marinara, sweet marinara, spicy marinara, creamy garlic parmesan, BBQ, buffalo, and none. So in the US, you have more options to really specialize your sauce. And what about toppings? In the US, you can choose from 21 toppings. In Canada, there are 28 choices. The reason for this discrepancy could be that Canada includes different cheeses as toppings. However, the online version of the US menu leaves no option for any other kind of cheese than just cheese. If you know, let us know in the comments if Pizza Hut offers more than one kind of cheese in the US. In Canada, besides mozzarella, you can choose between orange cheddar, smoked aged cheddar, Parmesan, and feta. Toppings apparently only available in the US include chicken sausage, pork, caramelized onions, grape tomatoes, garlic, basil pesto drizzle, and banana peppers. In Canada, some of these exclusives may be somewhat familiar to the US. They include bacon strips, maple bacon, fajita chicken, mild sausage, tomato, hot pepper, marinated tomatoes, green olive, roasted garlic, pesto, and the already mentioned cheeses. And we're going to need a side with our order. Both countries have cheese sticks, except in the US they're taken to a new level with the addition of roasted garlic and bacon cheddar options. Both countries also have mozzarella sticks and fries, But the US menu also includes crushed red pepper, Parmesan, and Romano grated cheese shakers. In Canada, sides also include garlic bread, cheesy pull-aparts, and onion rings. Oh, and let's not fly off without some wings. In both countries, you can get traditional or boneless wings with your choice of sauces, including buffalo in mild, medium, and burning hot, as well as garlic parmesan and honey BBQ. But in the US, you can also get Cajun style dry rub, lemon pepper dry rub, naked sweet chili and spicy garlic. In Canada, you can also get honey garlic and salt and pepper. Then, in both countries, for an extra charge, you can add dipping sauce, which for hot wings has to be blue cheese, but sorry, Canada, that's not on the menu. Speaking of chicken, something not found on the US menu is chicken strips. You can get them in Canada, and they even come with plum sauce to assure that Italian food-hating person at the table can order something all American. And what big Italian feast is complete without a salad? When in the US it appears every single one at Pizza Hut, as salad is not an option. In Canada, you can get either a Caesar salad with or without chicken in 2 different sizes. And what meal would be complete without dessert? In both countries, you can indulge in a ridiculous sized chocolate chip cookie, mini cinnamon rolls, and some decadent brownies. But only in the US can you get all American apple pies and cinnamon sticks. While in Canada, where there's always a need to beat the heat, Ben and Jerry come to the rescue.
Okay, on that sweet note, we'll close the menu on one restaurant, 2 menus.
Did any of these examples surprise you? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to see more content like this, let us know that too. Okay, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, that's it. That's the deal. Bye.